Hello future tech leaders, I'm Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
We will see the profile editor option also by adding a new schema. And I will show you how to add a new users type. Let's say right now we are using only one user type, right? Let's say you want to create some Okta mastered service account. How you can do that? Let me show you that. This is the default one. You can see user as a default one. Whenever you are creating any users, right? You can see only users type here. Let's say you want to add a service account type. Go to Profile Editor. Create Okta user type. You can mention like service account. There is another option that has been created, service account. Now let's say, for example, you want to add few attributes for it. Not in a customer. No, you can. You can add custom attributes. Also, there is a predefined attributes that is available already. Also, you can create a custom attributes for this service account type, user type. Now let's say, for example, you want to know the application name where the service accounts are used. That you can ask application name. It says mention the app name for which account is used for. You can mention the app name for which this account is used for. And you should make it as a required attribute. Let's make as an air required attribute. And there is no string length. Also, because string you can give whatever the length you want. There is no restriction. You don't need to give anything. Now click Save. Now let me go and create a new service account. If I click Add Person, I have an option to create a service account. There it will ask me for application name. Let's say SVCIDM account. This is an account that will be used for our SailPoint. Let's say SailPoint app. This service account will be used for SailPoint. I can give the SailPoint app name here and email should be svc.idm@gmail.com. Something like that. Whatever the email ID that you can give here, that's not an issue. Set the password. That's it. The user account has been created. Now the service account has been created now. Likewise, you know this is a user account and service account. Is there any differentiation? You mean to say in terms of the application? No. See if because some other there created this service account, a particular account. This is a different administrator. I just logged in. How come? I know this is a service request. That you need to differentiate based on this attribute. Things only. You cannot differentiate. Here it is. Here it is. You can see here, right? This is a service account. But if you go and see Just again go back from how to create the service. Go to add person. In the user, you can see right user type. You can select the user service account. You can go ahead and create the service account like this. That profile editor you created, right? Go to profile editor. There you have an option to create Okta user type. Now let me create a user type for contractor. Contractor. Click Save. And in the contractor type right. I want to know I want to add an employee type attribute. Or let's say, for example, I want mention the vendor name. Like if it is a contractor, that will be coming from some vendor, right? I'll mention some vendor name. I will ask the attribute whenever the user account is getting created. Vendor name. And it should be a mandatory one. Whenever the contractor accounts are getting created, click Save. And under the contractor type, user type, you can see vendor name is some mandatory one. Custom attribute, which is a mandatory one. Now, if I go to create people, create person, add person, I have three options to see. Service account, user account, contractor account. I can go ahead and create let's say earlier, it's only contractor, this user type is not there. Earlier before you. No, it was there, but it will. It will just show only the user type, but it's a default. But the service account and contractor one, after you creating in a profile editor, then only it's showing. Correct. Exactly. Then now, if you wanted to create any service generally, we also maintain this request service accounts, but created an AD of this service accounts and will maintain. Instead of we can create a service account, but before that we need to create it in a profile editor. Exactly. Correct. And you can define attributes for your service account because both username and both user account and service account will not be same, right? For user account, there will be attributes like a personal ID or other card number, PAN card number, something like that. But service account, you cannot create such kind of attributes, right? You can differentiate it by creating custom attributes. For contractor, I have created an account. And it is asking me the vendor name. He is from, let's say he is from. I can mention it like that. If you go to this ID, you can see the user type is contractor. Likewise, you can. This is a schema modification. Like we are going to modify the schema for Okta. We are creating three different user types and you are creating different attributes for each and every user types, which means we are changing the directory schema. For Okta, specific to only Okta, you cannot modify anything for Active Directory users accounts or users types that you can do only from the Active Directory end, because Okta is just a repository kind of thing where the data will be just stored from Active Directory to here. That's it. Is it clear? For the same, we can create multiple contractors and multiple service accounts, right? Using the same. You can do. You mean to say contractor 1 type, contractor 2 type, like that you are saying. It's like no, 3, 4 contractors joining. How we created the users? You know that using that Excel. We can do the bulk users. Let's see that also. There should. Here you can see user type. Right. In this user type, you can mention, let's say, if it is a contractor account you are going to upload, you can mention, I mean that should be the same as this thing. This thing. You just need to copy this one and paste here. Likewise, the remaining all the attributes that you can give, and you can save this and upload it. Same thing. But only thing is the user type that you need to mention. That's it. Whatever the service account. Contractor. Correct. You just need to mention in the user type. Correct. Correct. Same thing. Is it clear? Even I tried with a stringer but in a custom, but it's not. Let's try that. No issue. I'll update some attribute here. I can create some custom attribute for contractor. What we can mention? Maybe let's say joining date. And date. And you can mention like and like if you want to mention some within this character or the count unit too, you can give here as of no need. I can go ahead and mention. Click save. That is save. Attribute higher data is added. And if I go to people, click add person, select contractor. Here you can see joining date. It's populated. And also the one that we have created previously. Vendor date is also added. Likewise, you can add in number of attributes. But it will allow only the strings. That was. I will show you why Okta is saying this is a default one, right? Okta have created this, right? If you go here and you can see the data type, everything is string. No other, not even a single attribute that they have changed. All the predefined attribute have only string. Only the one that we have created, right? That's what it is. We have created is the number, but all the remaining attributes are string data types. Actually, many people have posted this. Many people have posted this query. Like you have given an option, but why you are not? I mean, why you are not fine tuning it like that? And they said we are in the process of releasing a new set of data types. In that you will get a new feature. Like that, they said. Here in this life cycle management, right? Let's see what are all the things that we have seen. User account creation. We saw that, and bulk user creation with the help of bookloader. We saw that group management, like how to add user, how to remove user from the group, how to manage the group from different sources that we have seen, and the group rules. How do you make use of the attribute or make use of the list? Conditions that we have, and how we can assign the users to the different set of groups. That with the help of group rules, we have achieved that. And the second and the last one is profile editor. Profile editor is nothing but how we can manage the Okta user profile like Okta account profile, not the user profile, account profile. You want to create multiple account types. You can do it. You can define multiple custom attributes towards it. You can do it. You want to make different attributes for a different user type. You can do it. Likewise, all the profile Okta account profiles can be modified with the help of profile editor option. Then we will see directory integration. How directory integrations assist us in terms of everything with Okta. This is the overall architecture or overall flow. How the Active Directory will be integrated with Okta and how the LDAP directory has been integrated with Okta. Just keep in mind that instead of AD agent here, you can replace LDAP agent. Here they have given picture just for ADD Active Directory as an example. Now we can see about the LDAP also like the same version, but only thing is instead of AD agent you need to install LDAP agent there. That's it. No differences. You need to install at least one AD agent for those domains. Let's say in your organization 4 domains are there. Asia, Pac Americas, EME, I mean Europe, and maybe a custom domain. Maybe a custom domain is there. You need to install all these 4 domains with AD agents. In Active Directory, the domains are maintained or managed by the domain controllers, DC. The people will call it as DC. In those DCs, you need to connect from Okta to all those DCs. For example, in Asia Pac, there will be 10 DCs. You need to connect from Okta to any of these 10 DCs, which is connected to the Americas domain. Same thing for Asia Pac. Asia Pac domain has been integrated or connected with 15 DCs. Okta need to get in touch with any of these 15 DCs that all the user profile, user information getting created in Americas domain can be pulled towards Okta. And the same thing for the remaining domain, Asia Pac domain. You can install the domain controller. You can install the AD agent for any of the Asia Pac domain controller servers and you can able to pull those informations to Okta. Once the user accounts are pulled to Okta and it is maintained here, we can able to manage the applications, manage the SSO, manage the restriction. Like for example, you want to restrict the user to access an application. Let's say box application. You wanted to block access for all the contractors. You can do it once it came to Okta. Likewise, you can make the change. You can give a restriction or you can block the access. You can manage the access from Okta once the user accounts are getting imported to Okta. That's what it mentioned. When the user account has been created and maintained here with the help of AD agent, it will be pulled to Okta from Okta. All the application access can be managed. Is it clear? Like this is just an overview architecture. How Okta should be integrated with Okta. Sorry, AD. That means whatever the domains, whatever the location it is, each domain has to install AD agent. That AD agent, that means the domain controller should be integrated with Okta. No, not domain controller. any of the domain controller server. The domain controller will be hosted in some server only. In that server, you need to install this AD agents. In that server, we need to install that AD agent. Correct. This agent will be an executable file where you need to give some information and you need to install in the server. Once it is installed, there will be a connection established between Okta and the domain. That means we need to link the Okta and AD agent. Correct. That link will be taken care by this AD agent. First time you need to install it to configure it in that server. The next time it will be automatically pulling the information, updating the information from AD to Okta. Likewise, vice versa. It will do. Same thing for how many domains you have. Let's say you have 20 domains in your organization. Irrespective of the count of domain, it is a best practice to always install AD agents for all the domains available for your organization. If you have 20 domains, install 20 AD agents. If you have 30 domains, install 30 AD agents. Mostly it will not cross more than 5 domains, because as of the experience that I have, like in different organizations, the most number of domains that we have is 5, not more than that. Likewise, you can do it. I mean, once you install AD agent, that each are like the domains with AD agents, like you know their connections to the work. Correct. This AD agent, right, where you can get it? You can get it from Okta itself. Like if you go to Okta Console under settings, you have an option for downloads, right? Download, that is an option, downloads. You can click downloads. There will be plenty of agents available. Let's say this many agents are available that has been given by Okta. You want to install AD agents, right? Here you can see AD agent installer. You can download the latest agent. This is an executable file, nothing but an executable file. You can go ahead and install this executable file in the server where you are going to connect with the domain. This video has been taken in the prior version of Okta. If you see right, all these options that you are seeing right now, see in our Okta. You can see here. All the options are here. Before adding any Active Directory agents, first you need to go to the Directory tab. There you can see a Directory tab, right? Go to the Directory tab under Directory. You can see Directory integrations like this. Go to Directory integrations. There you have an option to see a add directory, add LDAP directory, add LDAP interface. Now we'll go with Active Directory. Click Add Active Directory and you will be taken to the next level of steps. There you will be getting the architecture diagram. For example, this is our Okta. This is the AD agent that we are going to install. And this is the domain controller. AD agent should be inside our firewall, which means inside our company's hosted server. That's why they are saying right inside the firewall. And these are the installation prerequisite. The server that we are going to install, that AD agent, right, that should be more than Windows Server 2012. It should not like a lot of Windows Server 2008 or Windows Server, like something lower than that. It should not be there. We should have only more than Windows Server 2012 or after that. And must be a member of Active Directory domain. The server that we are going to install, that server should be an Active Directory domain hosted server. I said right beginning, Active Directory have an option to create server, maintain server, and you can create the routers. You can create user account. You can create groups. You can create deals. Same thing. In that way, Active Directory, you have an capability to create a virtual machines or create a server. That server should be part of that Active Directory. I mean, if you create that account in Active Directory, then it is part of Active Directory domain. No confusions on that. That is fine. Must be a member of Active Directory domain. That's it. And consider the agent as part of your infrastructure. Someone will say you are installing some external agent inside our server in our organization, something like that. It will be a question or query raised but Okta is saying that there will be no other things will be, like what to say, theft or something that will not happen. Like the privacy issues will not happen. They are saying that if we want to consider our AD agent as an our organization's application or a service, there will be no other details that will be extracting. They are saying that assurance like that. And the next step is run the setup wizard. That we will see how we are going to run. It is running. He is clicking Add Active Directory, the same button that we have in our console. He came to the server. This is the server where it has been. Like you can see, this is a virtual machine. It's not his desktop. He came to the virtual machine. In that virtual machine, he have downloaded that ADE agent setup. You can see right. Okta agent setup. It's an executable file. The one which we downloaded for our just now, right? Like just now before. I have downloaded it and I have shown you. The same setup will be downloaded inside the server also. By logging into the server, you can do it. That's not an issue. You need to download it. Once it is downloaded, he is trying to open that executable file. You will get a pop-up window like this. You will get a setup wizard like this. Here it will says what is the AD agent and which version you are going to install. Like here, right? You can see the 8 agent version is 3.4.3, but the version that we have downloaded, right, that is 3. Likewise, there will be different versions available. 3.11 is the latest version. That's what they are saying. I mean, the 3.11 is a version for a preview. I mean, not preview dev instance, developer instance, but if you go for production, I think 13 came, I guess. Something higher version came. Likewise, it will be different version for different instance. He is installing 343. He is clicking next. And in this step, it is asking for the location. Which location? All the folders, all the files, the log files, configuration files, everything where we need to store. That's what here it is mentioned. And if you want, you can change it. By default, we will always suggest to go with the C folder, because this C folder will have some R requirements. For example, this .NET 4 for executing this. I mean for running this application, right? Running this AD agent application, working for an AD agent application. I'm saying there should be a .NET framework should be available, which is already pre-integrated in the Windows Server itself. Windows Server, you can see there will be a predefined .NET configurations installed. AD agent will use that. To make it use without any issues, we should always keep it in the C folder. But still, if you want to move it to different folders, of course you can do. You can do it to D drive, E drive, something like that based on your requirement. But it is always suggestible to go with the C drive or C folders. This is that option. And once he click next, it is going for the configuration. It is installing the configuration. Now it is asking for the domain right. What is domain? Now I said we have let's say we have 5 domains in our organization. Each and every domain have different domain controllers, and we are installing our AD agent in one of the server that has been integrated with Active Directory domain. Now let's say, for example, I'm integrating with AsiaPac domain. What I have to give us here? I have to give asiapac.cognizant.com. That's my domain name. If I'm working for a Cognizant, I'm saying, let's say I'm working for Accenture. My domain is America's domain. I'm integrating for America's domain. What I have to do is I have to mention americas.cognizant.com. Likewise, you need to mention the domain name specifically here. Here they have mentioned a domain name called OktaIce because they have created a domain in name of oktaice.com. Same thing for what domain name you have in your organization. You need to mention the domain name here. On the next step, it is asking for the Okta AD Agent Windows Service Account. What does service account here? Why service accounts are required here? Let me tell you in this way. Let's say this is AD and this is Okta. This is the server where you are installing the AD agent. This is AD agent server. This is AD Active Directory. This is Okta. Now this is an external component. Sorry, this is an individual component. This is also an individual component. This is also an individual component. To establish a connection between these 3 components, we are installing this AD agent servers right. This AD agent server will take care of interacting from AD agent server to AD. At the same time, AD agent server will talk to Okta also. Both the ways it will do. Let's say, for example, if you want to talk with AD just like that, you cannot go and talk with a DE. Just like that. You cannot go and pull all the information that is available in AD right. If you allow like that, then it's not a secure way. The data transfer happening, it's not as secure. Securely, it is not getting transferred. What we are doing is we are configuring a service account, AD service account. Whenever the request or whenever data transfer happening from AD to AD agent or AD agent to AD vice versa, always that service account will be evaluated. The service account will be checked for authentication. That's where we are giving the service account here. That's what the service account that we are mentioning here. You can see Okta AD Agent Windows Service Account. To talk between AD and this AD agent, there will be a talk that will be happening between these sides. The talk should be in a secure way. How that can be done? Only if that authentication or authorization things happen at both the end. How that can be done? With the help of an account. How that account can be managed? With the help of service account that we can create and we can manage it. That's why we are going ahead with the service account. And we need to create a service account from AD itself beginning like the first time itself before installing the server. We need to create a service account in the AD. That service account should be never expiry. That service account should be never forced for a password reset. These are the requirements. I mean, if you go ahead and ask AD team that I want a service account, they will give this requirement. Like they will say, like your password will not be expired. It will be always, not expired state. And your account will also be never expired. You don't have end date for your account like that. They will be creating it. You don't need to mention anything specifically. No worries on that. If you create a service account with, that service account needs to be configured here. Let's say there is a two option. Create the service account. Or you can use the service account that we have already created. We will always go ahead with the created service account that we know where that account is created and how we are maintaining that account. It will be always the best practice to create an account specifically separately and use that account here in this configuration. Don't go ahead with the create Okta like the service account during that process, like during that installation process. They have mentioned the previously created account and they are entering the password here for that service account. Once they enter the service account password, it is taking them to the next step. In the next step, it is asking for a proxy. If you have any proxy for your organization from the server, you can give the proxy details here. The proxy address and the proxy service account and password that you can enter. But most probably most of the organization will not use this. As per my knowledge, I haven't used any of the organization server because the server is hosted in the data center. There is no need of any specific proxy for those servers. It is not required. You can leave it as it is and click next. Here it is asking for the domain. How Okta domain? Like I think I have shown you how you can categorize the Okta domain. Let's say for example our Okta domain is dev-some numeric value .okta.com. The beginning one right 1713. That is your domain. Let's say for example for your organization, if you let's say you are working for cognizant.okta.com. It will be like this. Let's say for example inside your organization there is a lower instance in Okta. What they will say? cognizant.okta.preview.com. And if it is for production, cognizant.okta.com. If it is for lower instance, cognizant.oktapreview.com or cognizant.sandbox.com. Likewise, they will mention different things. Now let's say for example, you are going to integrate for production Okta's production. Then you can select this production tab. Let's say you are working for a preview environment or the lower instance. What you can do is you can give the select the preview instance here. You have a radio button, right? You can see a radio button. You can mention the preview radio button here. Now let's say you don't know which domain you are in. You don't know whether you are from production, you are from preview, or you are from sandbox. You don't know anything. For our developer instance, right, we will go with the custom domain. We will select the custom domain and we will mention the domain name here. What is the domain name? Dev-that alphanumeric value. That is our domain name. That we need to mention here. Even you can see the instruction here. For example, https://mycompany.okta.com. Then you need to mentor just my company. Same thing. Like if you have https://mycompany.okta.preview.com, then you need to select the preview tab And you need to mention my company here in this subdomain. Is it clear? Any questions on this? Domain selection. Click Next. They are mentioning preview here. Once click Next, there will be a pop-up window automatically open. Right now we have integrated from AD to AD agent. Right. AD to AD agent we have integrated. We have integrated between AD to AD agent with the help of service account that is created in Active Directory. Right. Now AD agent need to talk with Okta. How that will talk? That's where you need to configure the service account of Okta here. And I will tell you what is the requirement for that Okta service account. Here I will tell you 2 service accounts are mandatory. First service account is AD service account to establish a connection between AD to AD agent. Second service account is AD agent to Okta. Here you need Okta account, Okta service account. And that Okta service account should have a super admin access. That's a predefined. That's a required, mandatory requirement that you need to have. You need to assign super admin role for that service account. Once you have created that account, there will be a pop-up window will be open. There it will ask for a username and password. You have created an Okta service account right now. In Okta Console itself, that you need to mention here the username and password here. You see they are installing some account, super admin account, and they are mentioning the password. Now it is asking for an authorization. You have entered that service account. And before establish a link between AD and Okta, it will ask you like this, whether you are open or whether you are to approve this authorization request or not. Because as an admin, we need to say yes, I have submitted an AD agent installation right now. That's what it is asking here. I click allow access. If let's say I don't know this, I haven't done this activity. If I open this automatically, it is asking for this permission. Then I should give don't allow. It is asking for an authorization once again. We are the one who did it. Who did this activity? Go ahead with and allow access. Click allow access. Once you click allow access again, this setup wizard will open. And it will install that AD agent. See, it is installed. And you can see the AD agent has been successfully installed. Installation complete. And you will get an option to finish that. Click finish. That's it. Your AD agent has been installed with Okta. Now again come back to this page. Click refresh. See, you have an Active Directory integrated. The steps that we did right now is automatically integrated Active Directory here. But it says we have integrated with Okta is .com, which is the domain name but not yet configured. We have installed it, but the configuration has not been completed yet. That's what we are going to do next. Click the directory, open the directory, and you will be prompted for a setup wizard. In Okta Console, 2 setup wizards. One will be in the server and another one will be in the console, admin console. You can see connect an organization unit with Okta. Let's say in your Americas domain. Under Americas domain, there will be different folders available. If you have seen in the Active Directory console, right? Active Directory page. There you can see under Americas domain, you will get different folders like users, a group computers, a DL. Likewise, different folders will be there. Even you can create your custom folders also. If you have domain admin access in Okta, you can create different folders. All those folders will be listed here. Here you can see Okta is a domain. Under Okta you can see computer as a folder, foreign security principles as a folder, users as a folders, managed service accounts as a folders, domain controllers as a folder. Different folders are available here. Now let's say, for example, I don't want this computer folders because all the computer objects are stored here. And the service account. All the service account details are stored here. I don't want my service account and computer object to be maintained in Okta. I want only user information and I want only group information. What you need to do is you have to go ahead and check this users folder. You can go ahead and select this folder and you can mention only the user accounts getting created in this user folder should be downloaded or should be populated in Okta. That restriction you can give in this screen. This is the first screen. Here they have mentioned like full OU. I don't want any split up. I want all the OU. Likewise, they have selected the parent OU. Under parent OU, all the child OUs are available. Now, if you want to select the individual OU, you need to uncheck it and you need to check the individual OU like this. Same thing. They will use it for groups. See, this is for a group information. Here you can see this is for user from and this is for group from. If you have group set of OU, specifically those OUs will be displayed here. As of now, in this configuration, they don't have any group OU specifically. It is showing the replication of the same configurations that is defined in the previous one. Is it clear? Any questions on this? But both the users and groups, both are the same options. That's what I mentioned. Here in this Active Directory domain, Okta is domain right. They don't have anything specific to group. If you integrate for your organization, you will get it automatically. No worries on that. The domains what we selected. If you are going it for Okta is, let's say, America's domain, you will get the list of OUs under that America's domain. If you go for Asia Pac domain, you will get an option to select for Asia Pac domain under that. A agent is configured. Now it will ask for the user profile. First thing, agent has been started. We have started it. Second one, we have mentioned the OU details. Like which OU that you want to populate towards Okta that you have mentioned in the second step. In the third step, you are going to build a user profile. What is user profile built? Let's say, for example, in Active Directory, for a single user account, there will be 2D15 attributes available. Let's say first name, last name, email ID, manager location, last password login, last password reset, user, last login. User account logger. There are many attributes. Nearly 200 plus attributes are available in Active Directory. I don't want all those 200 attributes to be populated in Okta for a user account. I want only 10 attributes additionally. Okta have a predefined attributes. Let's say first name, last name. Those attributes, you can get it from Active Directory directly. No issues? But you want some additional attributes. Let's say there is a custom attribute available in your Active Directory domain. that custom attribute, how you can map it here. That's what this step you are going to do. You can give the restriction. Like what are all the attributes that you want to bring towards Okta. Here you can see write country code. This country code. This is an Active Directory attribute name. And this is the sorry, just a sec. It is not that much clarity. There it is. This is the attribute name and this is the description. Let's take in this way. The country code, right? This country code. It is an Active Directory attribute. That attribute is going to populate to our Okta, which is a country code attribute that is available in Okta. I will show you how that will be mapped. But for example, you want to select this account Spiria attribute from Active Directory to Okta. You can go ahead and select this attribute and that will be populated in Okta. They are going ahead with their default attributes. They are not selecting any additional attributes or stuff now. But you have an option to select the attributes additionally. You can go ahead and you want, like let's say, for example, assistant right. If you maintain assistant detail for each and every account in Active Directory, you want to get that assistant details in Okta. You can go ahead and check this attribute. Same for all the remaining attributes. Like they will, you can see the scroll bar right. That many attributes are available. Nearly 200 plus attributes are available in Active Directory that will be populated here. Based on your requirement, you can add, you can remove. That you need to see from Okta side. Once the attributes are selected, here you can see the AD agent setup is done, completed. Click Done. Now you will get the AD agent configurations, individual configurations like people settings, import, everything. You can see this is the agent that we have installed. This is the server basically. In the server, only the agent has been installed. And the green color right, it says the agent is active right now. If it goes to red color, the agent is down or agent have some issues, something like that. That you can go ahead and see here. This is an agent configuration page. And you can see the OUs that we have selected right. Again, it will populate here. If you want to edit it, you can go ahead and edit again also. Once the configuration has been done. You can do both ways. You can do beginning also. You can do later on also. Both the ways are available. Now let's talk about JIT provisioning. Have you heard about this JIT provisioning, just in-time provisioning? Now, before coming into JIT provisioning, I will tell you different kinds of import that is happening from AD to Okta. What is import? Import is nothing but and data transfer happen from Active Directory to Okta. Let's say, for example, 1000 user accounts got created recently in Active Directory. I want all those 1000 user accounts to be populated in Okta. How that can be done? The AD agent will pull that report and it will update those informations in Okta. That's what AD agent is sitting in the middle for. But this cannot do on a dynamic manner. Dynamic manner in the sense, let's say you are creating 100 accounts in Active Directory. Okta cannot immediately pull that account and immediately update all those 100 accounts in Okta. There is no dynamic mechanism for that. What it will do is Okta AD agent will run a sync each and every hour. Like you can give how many hours you want. For example, schedule. where we can give that time. Here you can see scheduled import. Here it says never. Like I will show you. Like there, you have an option to run 1 hour once, 2 hour once, 4 hour once, 8 hour once. Per day only one time. 2 days one time. Likewise, you will get an option that I will show you. But let's say, for example, you have configured in a way that each and every hour that import should happen. Like let's say right now the time is 11:30. 11:30 already the import has been initiated and completed. Now you are creating an account by 11:35 in AD. But AD agent Okta, a D agent will run the next job or next import by 12 only. Because we have given a configuration saying that each and every 1 hour that import should run. The user accounts needs to wait for next 1 hour. Let's say I have created account 11:35 itself, but the next import will start by 12:30 only. There will be a 50 minutes of gap. That 50 minutes of gap will block the user to access the applications. Block in the sense that user account will not be created in Okta, and you cannot grant access application to those users, whichever created 11:30 time. That's where this JIT will come into the picture. Just in time provisioning will come into the picture. What the JIT will do is, let's say for example, you got a confirmation from HR or you got a confirmation from an admin team saying that your account has been created in Active Directory. A11:30 itself, the import has been completed. My account was not populated in Okta right now, but I want my account to be active in Okta by 11:35. How I can do this? I can go ahead and enter my user ID credential in the Okta sign-in page. What Okta will do is Okta will go and search for my ID in Active Directory, and it will create my account automatically in Okta. That's what they will call it as just-in-time provisioning. If you split this word right, you will understand just-in-time provisioning. Whenever you are entering the details in the Okta Console, just at that time, that's what they are mentioning, just in time. The provisioning will happen in the back end. Is it clear? Any question on this? This is somewhat an important one. Even that, whatever the account is already created in AD, but that import time, you know that automatically that time will be. It will be take time. But even though that user can use that credentials to log in, that it will be created. Automatically provisioned. AD agent, like we don't need to wait until the AD agent sync happen next time. See, this one will not make a difference. If you are running an AD sync between AD to Okta in each and every hour, that will not make a difference. There will be some organization. They will run a report each and every day. Why they are running the sync each and every day is there will be huge data available in Active Directory. They cannot run this huge data sync each and every time. To avoid that, what they will do is they will run the sync for each and every one time, each and every day. In 24 hours, they will run only one time. That's where this just-in-time provisioning will make a huge difference. Like for example, if we have given 24 hours once, only this AD agent sync should happen or the scheduled import should happen. 24 hours once I am mentioning. But my account got created yesterday 12/5 am. But the last sync ran by 12 am itself. I cannot wait until 24 hours. The next thing happens. That's where this just-in-time provisioning will come into the picture. And I can get my ID alone to be created on that time. Whenever I am logging, whenever my account is required for me. But the thing I will tell you, if you want your account to be provisioned, all this above condition should be satisfied. What is that above condition? My account needs to be available in the OU that Okta is listening. Let's say, for example, you are not listening to the user's OU. You are unchecking this OU. My account got created in this user OU. Then Okta will not pull that account. Is it clear? Like, is it somewhat an important one? Let's say my account got created in an OU. Under an Americas domain, there is a OU called, let's say, Service Account OU. My account got created by mistakenly in that Service Account OU. Instead of created in Users OU, my account got created in Service Account OU. But Okta is listening only Users OU, not Service Account OU. Even if you run import, even if you run just in-time provisioning, even if you perform just in-time provisioning, my account will not be populated because Okta is not at all listening that service account OU. Even though the just in-time provisioning works, even though the import works, my account will not be provisioned. What we need to do is we need to migrate my account from service account OU to the user's OU because Okta is listening that uses OU only. That's a good thing. Thank you. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.